What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Francisco. Let's talk about Grand Theft Auto 6. Look, we already know Rockstar came out on Twitter and said it that the game's officially official and that we're going to see it early in December, which, if we make an educated guess, we're probably going to see it during the Game Awards. Rockstar doesn't need the Game Awards as a stage to show off anything because Rockstar is Rockstar and they can do whatever the hell they want, whenever the hell they want. What I would like to do is I want to share with you a wish list. Some of the things I would like to see Grand Theft Auto 6 either improve upon or add to the experience now that obviously they found massive amounts of success with 5, a whole bunch of money coming in, supposedly $1 to $2 billion in production costs for Grand Theft Auto 6, which is insane, but that's probably like chump change to them at this point. So in no particular order, number one, I would love to see more attention to detail. And that's not me criticizing Rockstar at all because they have among the best attention to detail when it comes to game developers and video games in general. But I want to see more. And so what does that look like to me? What that looks like to me is things like real-time hair growth. Now, that's a little silly. It's not really that big of a deal or big of a thing, but I just restarted Grand Theft Auto 5 and I got to the part where, you can finally go out into the city with Franklin before the second Simeon mission. And I want to go get my haircut because Lamar, he makes fun of your haircut.
Maybe you got rid of that old yee ass haircut you got.
So I went to get my haircut. And the haircut that I got made sense because I had a full head of hair. I just got like the 3 lines cut into both sides. But then I went to grow, to get a beard, a facial hairstyle done. Now, at the beginning of the game, Franklin is cleanly shaved. So the barber gets in front of me and she starts snipping around. And when she steps away, I have a full beard on my face, which it's a video game. So fine, whatever. But imagine if instead, just like in The Witcher 3, your character in Grand Theft Auto 6 grows hair in real time. I think that'd be cool. It's a really small detail, but I think it'd be pretty cool. The other thing I'd love to see Grand Theft Auto 6 improve upon is buildings, the ability to enter as many buildings as humanly possible in this game. And here is one aspect of the game of my wish list that I need to kind of manage my expectations on, and I want you to hopefully do the same. Grand Theft Auto 5, for example, huge map, huge city, lots of buildings. I don't think it's reasonably realistic to hope that we could enter every single building. If they pull that off, that would be incredible. But I'm not gonna hold my breath on it, right? I don't know if technology is there or not. Maybe they have it, maybe they don't. I don't know. But I would like to have a whole lot more options in regards to how many buildings and structures we can enter and interact with, right? Like the clubs, the restaurants, and a couple of select houses and safe houses and some car dealerships and stuff like that. That's cool. I want to be able to do that with a whole lot more. Damn near home invading people in a video game. Now, this next item here is something that Rockstar has already accomplished with the online portion of Grand Theft Auto 5. I would like to see in Grand Theft Auto 6 the ability for us to create our character for the story mode version of the game. All right. They've already done it in GTA Online. I think that in GTA 6, if we can make our own character, that would be phenomenal. But not only making your own character in regards to your appearance, but also to skills, right? In GTA Online, when you make your character, you have to assign skill points to different abilities and skills for your character. And then once you start playing the game, you start using those skills more and more. That's how you start leveling them up and getting them to improve. I would love that same exact mechanic to be present in the story version of the game because, and this ties into my next item on the wish list, I also want to see Grand Theft Auto 6 employ a hardcore playthrough of the game. And for those of you who may not be familiar with what hardcore playthroughs mean, is simple. You make your character, you start leveling up, and when you die, you lose your character, you start all over again from the very beginning. I would love to see that. I don't know if I would play it. I would. If they actually do that, because of the fact that I'm asking for it right now, I would 100% do a hardcore playthrough of the game. Not only would I like to see a hardcore mode added to the game, I would also like survival elements to be added to the game. I might be asking for too much, but this is just stuff that I think would be cool to see in the game, all right? So what I mean by survival elements is, I mean, like, you gotta eat, you gotta drink, you gotta sleep, right? Very much like a survival hardcore playthrough of a Fallout game. Where you have to eat, you have to drink, you have to sleep, you have to take medicine and really take care of yourself. Otherwise, it starts to have severe detrimental effects on your character and you could end up just dying from like not eating enough. I think in a game like GTA, it might annoy a lot of people. It might even annoy me if I were to die in a hardcore playthrough because I didn't eat enough food. But I just think it'd be another cool little layer of like almost hyper realism, if that makes any sense. Now, the next thing on my wish list here that I like to see is something that a lot of games already do. I just want to see customizable weapons, right? I want to be able to add extended mags, different stocks, different butts, right, to the rifles, scopes, silencers, compressors, muzzle brakes, all the way to the nines, right? I want to see that in Grand Theft Auto 6. I want to be able to buy a gun, buy a rifle, buy anything, and be able to customize it to suit my play style. I think that would be great. If we had the level of customization that a game like, for example, The Last of Us Part 1 or The Last of Us Part 2 has, I think that would make for a lot of more diversity in how different people approach the gunplay for Grand Theft Auto 6. I also want to see higher population density. I think the population density in Grand Theft Auto 5, especially on PC when you have it maxed out, is pretty good. But now with technology where it's at, them making this game for modern day consoles and platforms, I would love to see a super highly densely populated city. I think that'd be really awesome. I think Rockstar is one of the best when it comes to making a city feel alive and making it feel organic and real. And to see that now elevated into the current generation is something I'm super, super excited to see how they pull off and what they do with that. Now, this next one might be a little weird. I don't know how I feel about it yet, but I think it'd be cool if they pulled it off and did it correctly. And if someone can do it, it would be Rockstar. So the next thing on the wish list is I want to see the online co-op and the story mode version of the game integrated like seamlessly together, right? If we make our own character, then I want to be able to open up my game and my lobby to cooperative gameplay. So I can invite friends, I can invite random people, they can join me, and we can just play through the story missions together. And not only that, obviously to a limit, right? So I can set a limit. I can say, hey, my lobby is open for an additional 2 other people. That's it. Now you get people in, they join your crew, they join your party, whatever they want to call it. And the more people you have in your crew, the more difficult these missions or heists or whatever become, and the greater the reward. Now, Grand Theft Auto is not like some sort of loot or shooter. It never has been that. So the rewards would probably be more like monetarily, right? You get more money, you get more, if they ever were to introduce like faction points or faction statuses, if you will, it has bigger implications when it comes to that kind of thing. But I think they saw obviously a massive amount of success with Grand Theft Auto Online, and I think finding a good way to integrate the two together would be awesome. And honestly, keeping them separate would be just as good too. So if they decide to integrate it, I would love to see it that way, where the more people you have in your crew and in your party, the more difficult the thing is, the higher the reward. Higher risk, higher reward. And last but not least, and this is all I could think of right now in a couple of minutes, I want to see Heist return. Obviously, I think that Heist for me were some of the funnest missions in the entirety of Grand Theft Auto 5, and I think a lot of you out there would agree. Only thing I could see now that they can do to improve Heist is going to be having the composition of the team, like who you pick to do what job or what function of the heist needs to have a much more bigger impact for or against the heist and the results of the heist, right? And not only that, but I would also like to see our ability to choose how we go about a heist. They gave us a couple of options in some of the heists in Grand Theft Auto 5, but I want to damn near be able to do it my way. Like if I can think of a way to do it, I want to be able to do it because the game allows me to do it. I think of things like Hitman, right? You have your target that you got to take out. You have a whole bunch of different options, but man, if you're creative enough, you can really come up with some really unique ways of taking out a target. I would love to see Grand Theft Auto 6 employ that methodology into its heists or whatever these are going to be called in this game in Grand Theft Auto 6. Another thing I'd like to see in Grand Theft Auto 6, and these are some really small things, I think huge, but I would like one of their radio stations to be royalty-free music that is safe to stream on Twitch, Kick, Facebook, TikTok, whatever, right? That way, it's one less step for a streamer or content creator to worry about, and they can just stream whatever music the game already has in place while playing the video game and while streaming it live, as opposed to having to turn the radio off in the game and, run Spotify or whatever music program or service you're subscribed to give you that royalty-free music experience. On the flip side, for those of us who maybe aren't necessarily streaming or creating content with Grand Theft Auto 6, I'd like to see Spotify integration. I'd like to be able to open the game up, enter my Spotify credentials, and be able to play my playlist directly in game. That's a very minor thing, but I think it'd just be a really cool thing to see. And I'm not sure, but I hope that the technology and the ability to do that is there, but who knows? Anyways, that's it. That's everything. That's all my notes. That's what I would like to see out of Grand Theft Auto 6 right now. This is all I could think of in a couple of minutes here. Let me know what you want to see out of Grand Theft Auto 6 in the comments below. What would you like them to add? What would you like to see them improve? Is there something from Grand Theft Auto 5 or 4, the other or earlier titles that you'd like them to maybe take away, right? Remove from the experience altogether? Are there characters or cameos or Easter eggs or anything like that that you would also like to see present in Grand Theft Auto 6? I'm super excited. I cannot wait. It's been a very long time since I felt this level of excitement that I think really only Grand Theft Auto is capable of evoking. Anyways, ladies and gents, y'all know the drill. Like and subscribe. Y'all take care. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. Peace out.